You chose it because it felt right. Quiet, controlled, maybe powerful, maybe invisible, or maybe safe. What's fascinating is that long before fashion trends existed, the human brain was already assigning meaning to darkness, contrast, and absence. Wearing black isn't a coincidence, it's a signal, not just to others, but to yourself. And psychology shows that this signal operates below conscious awareness, shaping how people perceive you, how you behave, and even how your nervous system regulates emotion. In this video, we're going to decode what wearing black actually says about your personality, not according to opinion, not according to fashion culture, but according to neuroscience, behavioral psychology, and perception science. If you're interested in psychology that goes deeper than surface explanations, content that explores why the mind does what it does, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and comment whether black is your default color or something you avoid. That answer alone says more than you think. From a neurological perspective, black is not processed like other colors. Technically, it isn't a color at all. It is the absence of reflected light. When the brain encounters black, it receives less sensory information. This reduction matters. The human nervous system is constantly scanning for threat, novelty, and meaning. High-contrast, bright colors stimulate. Black does the opposite. It quiets the signal. People drawn to black often have nervous systems that value control over stimulation. This does not mean introversion, depression, or negativity. Those are stereotypes. It means regulation. Wearing black reduces sensory noise, both externally and internally. Studies on clothing and cognitive load show that simpler visual inputs reduce mental fatigue. Black acts as a cognitive boundary. Psychologically, this makes black appealing to people who think deeply, feel intensely, or spend large amounts of time in their internal world. Black does not compete for attention, it contains it. Research in social psychology consistently shows that black clothing increases perceptions of authority, competence, and seriousness. This effect appears across cultures, even in contexts where black has no formal symbolic meaning. The explanation lies in evolutionary psychology. Darkness historically signaled danger, power, and the unknown. The brain still carries this association. When someone wears black, observers unconsciously attribute greater control, dominance, and emotional distance to them. This happens within milliseconds before conscious judgment. People who wear black frequently are often less interested in being liked and more interested in being respected, even if they would never say that out loud. This does not make them cold, it makes them boundary aware. One of the most overlooked psychological functions of black clothing is emotional protection. Black absorbs light. Symbolically, it absorbs attention. For people who feel exposed easily, emotionally, socially, or psychologically, black creates distance. Clinical psychology recognizes clothing as a form of self-soothing behavior. Just like posture, tone of voice, or personal space, clothing choices regulate how close others get. Black reduces approachability cues. This gives the wearer more control over interaction. This is why people often gravitate toward black during periods of transition, grief, burnout, or identity change. It is not always sadness, often it is containment. People who consistently wear black tend to value internal coherence over external variety. In personality psychology, this aligns with identity consolidation, a stable sense of self that does not require constant experimentation. Wearing black removes decision fatigue. It standardizes the external self so energy can be spent internally. This is common among thinkers, creatives, and individuals with high cognitive complexity. This is one of the most persistent misconceptions. While depression can influence clothing choices, black itself is not a marker of low mood. In fact, studies show that people experiencing anxiety or emotional overload often prefer darker, neutral colors because they reduce stimulation. Black is not sadness, It is neutrality with boundaries. Psychologically, black creates perceptual distance, which is why it is common in professions that require objectivity: law, design, academia, architecture. Distance allows analysis. People drawn to black often think before they speak. They observe before they engage. This does not mean they lack emotion. It means emotion is processed internally before being expressed. Historically, black has been associated with rebellion, but not the loud kind. Psychological rebellion is about rejecting imposed identities. Wearing black often reflects resistance to being categorized, sexualized, or trivialized. It is a refusal to perform. This is why black appears across radically different subcultures. It is not about belonging, it is about autonomy. Strength, psychologically, is associated with predictability and restraint. Black communicates both. It suggests emotional control, not emotional absence. Observers project strength onto black because the color reveals less. What is hidden feels powerful. Clothing does not only change how others see you, it changes how you see yourself. This is called enclothed cognition. Wearing black increases feelings of seriousness, focus, and authority in the wearer. People in black are more likely to set boundaries, speak directly, and tolerate discomfort. In psychology, silence is not emptiness, it is space. Black operates the same way. It does not shout identity, it allows it to exist without explanation. This is why people who wear black often dislike small talk, superficiality, and forced expression. Black gives permission not to perform emotional accessibility. There is a difference between regulation and avoidance. When black becomes rigid armor rather than flexible choice, it can signal fear of visibility or unresolved vulnerability. Psychological health is not about abandoning black, it's about choosing it freely rather than compulsively. Wearing black says you value boundaries, it says you regulate stimulation, it says you prefer depth over display, it says you are comfortable being unreadable. It does not say you are broken, it does not say you are cold, it does not say you are hiding, unless you feel you are. Psychology does not judge colors, it listens to patterns, and the pattern behind black is not darkness, it's control, coherence, and calm. You don't wear black to disappear, you wear it to remain intact. If this changed how you see something as simple as a color, like the video, subscribe, and tell me in the comments what wearing black means to you. Thank you for watching.